Once upon a time there was a coworker. Just ask the reserved I like out. Posted on April 5, 2021. I'm a pretty outgoing lady. I've never been afraid to make the first move. I've been flirting with a coworker of mine for about a month. I kept dropping hints, like lobbing watermelons kind of hints. He was sweet and flirtatious in his own way, but any kind of verbal flirt was never the response. He's the kind of guy who keeps to himself most of the time, but when he does speak he's so freaking funny and you don't expect it. He likes dad jokes and so do I. So I started meeting him at his speed. I asked for his number to send him silly memes. After exchanges of memes for a couple weeks, convos actually began, but then I still couldn't get him to take the hint of asking me out or being any more flirtatious than he was. I figured maybe he was just nervous of overstepping. So like the confident woman I am, I finally just told him if I was being honest I found him quite cute and might he be interested via text. He didn't respond for a while, so I joked if it was a swing and a miss. To my surprise he said no, he's just not very good at this and never knows what to say and gets stuck in his own head, but that he thought I was cute too, the honesty. So I took the initiative and asked him to lunch, naming the time and place, and he was thrilled. Ladies, if you know you got the guts and he's a quieter fella, edit. Or just a guy worried about making the first move, take the lead, ask him. Be direct and specific with your intentions, it pays off. I got me a cute lunch date in the park. Edit, just for the record. He did flirt back with me, as stated, just more subtle lol. I was just trying to get the ask out. He's quiet and wasn't sure of himself. So I asked, no big, people out here are crazy because they think he wasn't responding and I was being desperate. Dude just needed permission to be more engaging than he was. Now he's messaging me nonstop and talking about what to have for lunch with me. Update, date went really well, we laughed together the whole time and got to know each other a bit more. He said in hindsight he could see I was flirting, but he's really bad with hints and can't be too careful at work, so didn't want to assume. He said he was glad I asked him out and asked if I would like to do this again soon, can't wait. Update, 8 months after I asked my quiet coworker out, who was clueless to my advance. December 16, 2021. So back in April I asked my coworker out, flirted for about a month or so. Feel free to check my history if you're new or need a refresher. I tried everything I've done in the past that has successfully worked. He wasn't registering any of my hints, so I flat out told him I thought he was cute and was wondering if he would like to do lunch in the park with me. We met for lunch, had a nice time and agreed to do it again. Come to find out at 28 years old, he really had never had an official girlfriend before and just kind of kept to himself. He told me he'd been on a couple dates but they never went anywhere, and while he wanted to be a more sociable person he wasn't very much, and he worked a lot, and he also didn't want to assume when we were at work, which is fair. It is now 8 months later. After 1 month of dating he nervously asked me if I would officially be his girlfriend. I said yes. We both love brunch, so we do that a lot when we need a day. We started going to the gym together. We both found our motivational partner in each other to encourage us when the other isn't feeling it that morning. We have gone on several adventures, tubing, beach weekend, Renaissance fair, camping, Halloween party, and we have so many holiday plans. He is the sweetest sentimental soul and has made us photo collages of some of his favorite dates, which reminds me of my grandfather and how he was the one who captured every moment in my grandparents' photo albums. After 3 to 4 months we exchanged I love yous, which he waited to do because I did. Because I have trauma. So he waited for me to be ready. I needed that. I make us both a well-balanced dinner for work. And he bought us bento boxes as lunch boxes out of appreciation. And he does the dishes when I cook dinner for us at our places. So important. We communicate so well. He is so open to discussing anything and everything from little things to serious life things, even if it's hard, and it is amazing. We agree politically, religiously, financially, and he is just as silly as I am humor-wise. He is patient and understanding with my health conditions and never makes me feel less than a queen, which for me is important because I've always been made to feel like a burden by others in my past over this. He hypes up my art and I hype up his craftsmanship. There's so much that he provides that I have never gotten before. I am so glad to have him in my life. I didn't know what to expect going in. Only that he was cute and nice, and he is honestly everything I've been looking for. Side note, creating a post in a different subgroup to be exclusively rude about someone because you're skeptical of their story is not nice, mk. Spread love, not hate. Hope you all find your king, queen, royalty someday. Have a lovely day and know that you are worthy of love. On May 16, 2023, the original poster posted an image of an engagement ring. Said, "He proposed with my dream ring, and that's the wedding bells."
My mom said we ruined Mother's Day because my sister walked out of Sunday service. I'm 16, and my sister is 15. Mood spoiler, this story's disheartening. Original post on May 14, 2023. Being completely honest, my mom and I don't get along, and today was another example. We went to church this morning with plans for a restaurant afterwards, but mom said we ruined the mood and we didn't end up going. She stayed in her room with the door closed all day after getting home and yelling at my sister in her room and was literally screaming. There was no Sunday school today because they wanted families to sit together to honor mom, but my sister walked out when the pastor's sermon got on her nerves. Our pastor talks a lot about things going on, and he said in his sermon that supporting gay rights was disrespecting moms, because we wouldn't be here if we had gay parents. He also said that the world was degrading Mother's Day with same-sex marriage and changing what God said marriage is. He also made jokes like how he said some people need stupid slapped out of them from mom when talking about gay marriage, and he said it was wrong to support gay friends too. My sister went to the bathroom during this sermon, but stayed in there too long and didn't come out until service was done. Mom told me to get her. But when I didn't find her, mom got really angry, but didn't want to get up and waited until service was done. My sister stayed in her room after mom yelled at her and was crying. And she even said that mom was throwing things in there too. I was meaning to make a post about other things mom does some time ago, but this happened today and I don't know how to cope with this. There's so much more than what I mentioned here, from other things she does. But she also yelled at her before going to bed, and dad yelled at her during the day for ruining Mother's Day too. I just need advice in general because I'm lost on how to help her or myself. Edit. Just want to add for context that we are both homeschooled, and I plan to make another post about something else she was trying to make my sister do that she didn't want to. But this took priority as it happened today. She was yelled at numerous times in her room after coming home, both my mom and dad at different points in the day. And they yell a lot on other days too, sometimes even throw things that make dents in the wall. Mom's been pressuring her to do something else she doesn't want to do and made her do in the past. That's been giving her anxiety that I was going to post about soon, but this happened today and kinda took priority. Update on May 17, 2023. My sister was mostly in her room on Mother's Day, and I didn't get a chance to talk to her because she wasn't in the mood. Mom and dad would sometimes go and to yell at her throughout the day. Mom yelled at her in the car ride home from church, and when we got back to, dad also yelled at her in her room twice. When she had school on Monday, mom was in a mood during our classes. But she didn't talk about it because she said she wasn't in the mood, so I was glad that it calmed down because it's always something with her. Sometimes she'll carry her anger into the next day, but at least she didn't on Monday. She did say that we were expected to come back to service if we went to the bathroom or else we'd be punished going forward though. But I want to add the other thing I originally wanted to post about for advice. I really don't like talking about politics, but I can't say what mom made my sister do without saying it. During the lead up to the 2020 election, my mom purchased MAGA t-shirts and hats for us to wear, and she also purchased some for her and dad. The thing that made me upset was when mom made my sister stand in front of a friend's home wearing it while giving thumbs up to people driving by. And she said it was part of a homeschool assignment, although it didn't go on the report she sent to the district. My sister didn't want to do it, and our friend who is really political is a little annoying too. He recorded part of what they were doing and put it on YouTube, and my sister doesn't like that the video is up. She asked mom to tell him to take it down, but she refused. Mom is also making her do it again as we near another election season, and it's given my sister anxiety. I was originally going to post about that before Mother's Day happened, but I wanted to ask how to help her avoid this situation because a few people even spit at them while driving by, although thankfully they never got hit. I just need advice because it's really stressful for her, and mom won't listen when I ask her to not make her do it. Comments from Oop. I'm even got some DMs saying that my sister was wrong to make a scene on Mother's Day and making it about her when it should have been about mom asking us to be there. She didn't make a scene. She just went to the bathroom and no one knew or thought anything. No, she wasn't raised religious. Mom became a Christian as an adult from what she told us after some things happened and someone passed, and she turned to it and said her life before it wasn't good.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to date a disabled girl? I was on Hinge and yesterday I matched with a girl. She was very nice and we seemed to have a lot in common. We even had the same intention of wanting an actual relationship. We talked almost all day yesterday except for a gap in the afternoon and everything seemed to be going good. However, this morning she dropped the bomb on me that she had cerebral palsy. This was not featured anywhere on her profile at any point, so I was completely in the dark on this. I really didn't want this to be the reason not to pursue a relationship with a nice girl. However, I didn't really see how the relationship would work, as I didn't really see myself making adjustments in my lifestyle just to date someone with a disability such as hers. I wanted to be straight up and honest with her instead of just unmatching with her or ghosting her, which I felt that was the absolute rude way to go about this and that it was wrong. As a result, I told her that I didn't see a relationship really happening between us and that we could be friends instead. Unlikely. I know, she did not take it well. She said this was a fault in my character and that I was intentionally trying to hurt her, which I would never do. Because of this, I feel like a piece of absolute garbage as a human being. Am I justified in feeling this way? Am I the asshole for not wanting to date someone because of a disability they have? Disability